Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage your host for the show, Matt! Yes, hello, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. It's your favourite old pal, me, here to host the first annual ButtPoll poll. Wait a second. The first annual ButtPoll poll. Thank you very much. It's a very exciting day. It's taken me quite a few weeks to get here, longer than I expected initially, because we did indeed have a fair few, many more submissions than I genuinely thought that we were going to get at first. 14,604 submissions of names for the butthole that I had to personally go through by hand and find the best top 16 for. There were also several hundred joke or non-serious answers that slowed down the counting process, but we got through it, and now we're here for the ButtPoll poll, or as I call it, the ButtPoll. Thank you. So, in this hat, we have 16 names for the butthole. We will be choosing them out at random today and placing them on our tournament board in 8 spots on the right, 8 spots on the left, and over the next few days and weeks, we will be filtering down to the winner, the number 1 name for the butthole in the world in history. So, without any further ado, please, we'll begin by selecting the first name. Thank you. So, first name for the butthole is Wanderer's Hollow. Yes, a little bit of a, I guess, a little bit of a more abstract one there, although it does paint a very vivid mental image there. So it shouldn't be too hard for people to imagine the butthole as a Wanderer's Hollow. That will be the first selection now up in the first week against the Wanderer's Hollow. A really tough start to come up against. We have Camp Brownacre. Yes, thank you. Camp Brownacre. Fun place for you to send the kids when they were children. Speaking metaphorically, of course. I never sent any children into my butthole, and nor should you. Camp Brownacre. Okay. Number 3 spot. The Pup Valve. This one was submitted by an old work colleague of mine. Her name I will keep secret for the record because, well, you know, many people outright stated that they didn't want to be personally associated with this project. But more's the loss, because the Pup Valve is number 3 and will come up against which one? That's a blank card. We'll see at the end whether there's a wild card selection for us. Okay, so number four is going to be the Dirty Donut. We all like to have a little dirty donut every now and then, don't we, ladies and gentlemen? Yes, we do. So, the Dirty Donut will be going up against the Pup Valve. Who will win? We shall see. Okay, choice number 5. Makes you glad to be alive. The Muddy Tire. Very similar to the Dirty Donut in that it conjures some imagery of something you've potentially come into contact with in the past. There's a sense of familiarity around the Muddy Tire. While the butthole itself has long been a bastion for comedy, in regards to sort of sexual aspects, it is often seen as something that big, strong men don't really want to associate themselves with necessarily, for reasons that are outdated and bigoted. However, the Muddy Tire is there to appeal to your, off-roading type, I guess that would be for. So, up against the Muddy Tire, number 6, we have a classic, the Asshole. Ass, double S, the American pronunciation, or if you're talking about the donkey, but we're not in this particular case, be careful not to confuse it with asshole, because there is a distinct, a distinction there. So yeah. Number 7, we have, popularized by the wonderful band Limp Bizkit back in the 90s and the 2000s, we have the Chocolate Starfish. That's right. Their second album, I believe, had songs just like this, and that one that was kind of like ripped off Mission Impossible. for was it the John Woo Mission Impossible film? Was it Ang Lee? I don't remember. The one that was filmed in Australia wasn't very good, but what did become a mainstay of culture, not Mission Impossible 2, but the chocolate starfish, very popular amongst the kids 20 years or so ago. Anyway, number 8, up against the chocolate starfish, that family favourite, we have a new one, very new title, the Scum Dumpster. The Scum Dumper, yes, yes. It's not the place where the scum goes, it's the place where the scum comes from. It is dumped from the butthole into the toilet, so therefore the butthole is the Scum Dumper. Okay, we've got one half of our group down, so eight more to go. I was going to cut to a break here, but we couldn't get any sponsors, so we'll just keep powering through and less waiting, more excitement. Yes. Thank you. Okay, coming in at number 9, starting off our second half of the roster here. That's the word I was looking for. A roster. We have another classic, the butthole. Wouldn't it be such a interesting development if the butthole happened to win the ButtPoll? I don't know if I said I was going to call it the ButtPoll. That's the thing that I was meaning to do. I think I did. Butthole, coming in at number 9. But this is not a ranked favourite, so it could be, it doesn't mean it's number 9 in all. We'll see, that's the whole point. So, coming up again, butthole is another fucking empty card. There are a few wild cards in here just to keep things sort of a little bit surprising and interesting for everyone. So we'll see if we need them towards the end of the run. Okay, so coming up for number 10, we have a personal favourite of mine, although don't let that bias you, the Sinner's Resort. Yes, we all like to go on holiday to a resort every now and then, and for those of us that don't count ourselves amongst the clergy, we may choose to go to the Sinner's Resort for a night or a day. A little afternoon delight. Okay, so coming up for 11. Coming up, number 11. Number 3 on our second half. Number 11 all up. We have the arsehole. Yes, I did warn you not to mispronounce this classic word asshole because its older cousin, the arsehole, from great old Britain, comes trundling on in, possibly Scotland, I'm not sure. Trundling on in to position number 11 now, up against the stalwart, the grandfather of the butthole nomenclature, is another more modern classic, the booty hole. Yes, the booty hole. Popular amongst certain porn stars and probably a little bit politer than like the Scum Dumper, for example. Booty hole is something you can say around your family at the dinner table and not be afraid that you're going to get in trouble. So that's a nice one. So, number 13, we have the Dunkelhöhle. Yes. This one was sent in by a European contributor. The Dunkelhöhle is German, my understanding, for dark hole, which makes sense because, you know, you look inside and it's pitch black. All right, Dunkelhöhle. All right, we have a trade-off between the Dunkelhöhle and this is kind of like the World Cup and which neighbour of theirs. Well, it's English, so it's the English neighbour. Nature's Pocket. Yes. Now, I believe that one was popularised by South Park back in the day. It was like, you can put something in, if your hands get cold, put them in nature's pocket, don't let anyone pick your pocket, I think was the way it went. I'm very much hoping so, because otherwise I dreamt it up, or it came to me, and that's my fault. But nature's pocket, really, really good if you want to disguise that you're talking about the butthole around people who might not like such a discussion. Yes, so, fucking hell. 15, number 15 on our poll on our roster of 16 names. We have possibly the most ubiquitous name for the butthole, not butthole, after butthole, the anus. Or, if you are from Sweden, the anus, I think. I think they may have an umlaut over the top. I don't know if that's a Swedish thing. In any case, the anus. That is a stalwart hero of butthole naming. So whoever is next and up against the anus is really going to have a tough time passing through. But we'll see. I didn't mean to do that joke, but I think it was pretty good. Passing through by the anus. That makes sense. Last, but certainly not least, we have the fiddler's plaything. Yes. Because the butthole is an instrument that, could be used with great virtuosity by a master, experienced with this instrument, or a pedophile, of course. So, we have our roster of 16 names for the butthole. We will come back, today will be our first poll. We will be seeing the Wanderers Hollow up against Camp Brownacre. That is a hard start. I am very excited to see how this turns out over the following days. I hope you are too. Please stay tuned. Log in every day to Instagram to vote, and your vote will mean a lot. And we will see who becomes the winner, what name for the butthole is the best through all of time and history at this present moment. So, my name is Matt Graham, and thank you for joining us.